Nothing like high production value to sell the product. All right, here are the points for the day. Hate equals bad, okay? That should be pretty simple, but it's not playing out simply in our political discourse right now. The alt-right aspects of it that involve neo-Nazi sympathies, anti-Semitism, all the ugly stuff that we know exists. Not in huge numbers, but it matters to stamp it out every time it raises its ugly head. This country is no place for that stuff. It's why this country was created, as a reaction to intolerance. We know all of that. So why won't Trump deny it by name? There are really two theories about it. One is he's being told by Bannon or other guys that it's working for him. I find that hard to believe. I don't have that on reporting myself. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The second theory is Trump is okay with you if you're nice to him. It explains why he is open-minded about Putin, because Putin said flattering things about him, about why he would deny by name, why he would not deny by name these haters, these horrible haters who are raising the Hitler fit. I mean, it's so disgusting, but that they are supportive of him, maybe that's enough. So that takes us to point two. As president, you have to surrender the me to the we. It's no longer just about whether or not people are nice to him. It's about what embraces the spirit of the country. That's his job. And I think it's a tougher transition for our president-elect than it has been for some in the past, because he doesn't have any experience with this kind of leadership, and he doesn't really have any experience with governing. So he doesn't understand that it's no longer about him and building up his vanity index and building up his approval. And by the way, one will relate to the other. His approvals will dip if he does not seem as though he is for all people here. We're still in the afterglow of the election. This country is still very, very divided, and it's divided along the lines of what we saw in the election. There are no new points of comparison. So this is also politically hypocritical. Why? Because Donald Trump crushed President Obama for not saying radical Islam. Why won't you call it out by name? Why won't you call it out by name? How many times did you hear him say that? And to great effect with a lot of you people. Now, there was a legitimate reason not to. It's offensive to a lot of Muslims. There are over 1.5 billion of them in the world who do not, in the main, believe themselves to be extremists, and it was offensive to them. Also, there's a feel that you're giving the terrorists what they want. They want to be seen as their own section of their own faith. And a lot of those points are lost on you guys, or you don't care about them. But at the end of the day, the point remains the same. It was so important for Trump to say, you got to call it what it is. Don't be general. Be specific. That's how you fight it. You can only fight it and defeat it if you name it. He should feel the same way about these hateful groups. Since when does Donald Trump have his surrogates put out some mamby-pamby typical politician soft sell on what he rejects? That's not what he is. That's not what his Twitter feed's about. He's got time to talk about Saturday Night Live, but not about neo-Nazism? I don't get it. Okay. What does that mean? What language is that? Aleutian? No. Be careful what you wish for when it comes to the media. I've had problems with the media myself. I grew up in a family that was pretty definitely anti-media. My father was like heartbroken when I left the law to go into media, but it's all about how you do the job. And I am telling you, you got to be careful what you are wishing for, you Trump supporters who are saying, you were proven wrong and you no longer matter and he comes right to us, the people. You do not want to trust power with the ultimate responsibility for the communicating of fact. The media exists in robust fashion in this country and this culture for a reason. Do we do the job the right way all the time? No. Is there room for criticism? Yes. Should the media do best in adjusting that criticism? Yes. Is it something that I think about all the time? Absolutely. Call me out individually for what I do. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. I embrace criticism much better than I embrace compliments. I promise you that. My therapist says the same thing. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to suffer for criticism for the rest of the media when it's not what I do and what I say. This is not a monolith. We are not a team in the media. Judge each for their own reporting. But be careful what you wish for, because I promise you, you do not want a Trump presidency or any presidency that has control over what you get to believe about its own actions. You do not want it. We were not set up to be that in this culture, and there are good reasons why. Last, T-Day takeaway. Tomorrow is going to be my last day. I'm going to be taking off for Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? I want to give the country a feeling of what everybody's thankful for in different ways tomorrow. That's what my video will be about. So give me some grist for the mill. What do you think? Does this video work for you? Do the points resonate? If not, why? Let me know.